Good morning. We have quite the cloudy, very cold day today. It is the beginning of some rainy weather. It's supposed to start raining this afternoon and then raining for quite a number of days actually, before the beautiful sunny weather comes back sort of towards the end of next week. But I am actually, ooh, you can hear a helicopter. I am actually heading out today. And so I'm going to bring you with me. So you and I are going to head out. I've got a few things to get. I need to go to the garden centre, which I'll explain in a moment. And if I've got time, I also want to head to, there is an antiques store that I've never, sort of an antiques, vintage, secondhand store that I've never been to before. And so I've got something in mind and I wanted to have just a really quick look to see if they had anything there. Gosh, that's pretty, isn't it? So that's what I thought we would do together today. We'll head to the garden centre, we'll go to the sort of antique store, secondhand store, and yeah, just have a really lovely day. I've also got to do my sort of farm shop, butcher shop, that kind of thing. And yeah, it should be a nice one. A nice, slow, easy one. I'm going to bring Mum with me. She loves a garden centre and an antique store. So we're going to have a little potter around together. But everything in the garden is looking incredible. And yeah, it's, as you can see here, quite the cloudy, sort of rainy day. They're predicting that the rain will start by this afternoon, this evening, and then yeah, meant to be torrential for the next couple of days. So the garden is going to absolutely love that. Wow, would you look at these white flowers? And so I thought before we got underway, I would very quickly show you an incredibly exciting update. Again, I only just discovered this morning and I squealed. I was very, very excited about it. Look at these white flowers. This is not what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the white flowers, but not what I necessarily wanted to show you. Look at all these flowers. And then look at all of her autumn colour here. Beautiful. No, what I'm excited about is over here in the vegetables. I don't know how best to show this to you. I have got my very first female flower on my pumpkin. Can you see that? Just here. That is a little baby pumpkin starting. Oh, I'm so excited. That is the very first one. I discovered that this morning and was, yeah, oh my goodness, I've been hunting, looking at all the new flowers constantly. And yes, this morning I discovered the very first one, so I'm so excited. So when we go to the garden centre today, what I am thinking is I either want a sort of tall, narrow tree for in here. I am actually going to probably rehome the peach tree. I just don't think it is getting enough sun there. I think a lot of these trees are blocking it from sunlight. It is a dwarf peach tree, so it does stay fairly small like this. So I might actually rehome it. Now, coming up now is actually a good time to rehome it. It will lose all of its leaves for winter, so I think that's the best time for me to move it to a different location, and then I'll have a gap there. So I'm thinking like a nice tall narrow tree here, or maybe like a little bit of fencing just along here, just to give me a little bit of privacy. That is my neighbour's garden shed. Their sort of like back garden potting shed, and their house is way sort of up over there, but you still can kind of, anyway, I don't like being overlooked. So anywho, that's kind of what I'm thinking I want to have a look at today. And the other thing that I want to have a little look at is maybe not here, if I show you just down here, this tree here that sort of backs against the kitchen garden beds is a lot of work. It does not like being this narrow, so it's a constant battle of pruning it back so that it doesn't encroach. So I think that this tree either needs to be just completely removed. If I can rehome it, I will try and rehome it. But once that comes out, I would like to get a few tall and narrow kind of trees along here that would just fill in the space here and would provide a better sort of backdrop, I think. I like having something along, I'm just moving so you can kind of see better. So it's this tree here that I've got issue with at the moment. So I think it's too big for that space. So hopefully I can rehome it. If not, I will remove it. But I would like to have a really sort of pretty green backdrop along here. So I think if I can get some really nice, like maybe three or four sort of trees along here, like tall, not tall, maybe like 2 meters tall and quite like narrow, so they're encroach and it's not so much work to constantly cut them back. That would be incredible. So that's the other thing that I'm looking for today. And the other thing, if we have time and we end up going to Bunnings, I wanted to actually look for a cordless, battery-powered chainsaw. Just a really small chainsaw that's like a Ryobi that I can use my other batteries for. Just for when I'm sort of pruning back tree limbs, I think it would be really helpful to have a very small, easy-to-use chainsaw. So that is the other thing that I'm looking for. But just one last time, because I'm unbelievably excited about it. Look at my little pumpkin. I sort of had a bit of a panic this morning about the pumpkin, and I thought, what if it gets too heavy to be hanging like that? I might have to make it like a little hammock to hold it. Anyway, I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But let's get going. I don't want to lose any more daylight. And as I said, yeah, we'll hit some garden centres, have a little look around, and then probably head to the antique store, slash vintage slash secondhand store. And then I've got my farm shop and butcher and all that to go. So we are going to have a very nice day out and about. Very quickly, just to give you a little update on this section. I did plant in my lemon balm that I caved and bought last week? No, this week. Anyway, I think maybe the last video I bought the lemon balm. So I've just popped that in there. I've still got lemon balm seedlings coming up. So hopefully the combination will be really nice. And I wanted to really quickly show you the red climbing spinach. He's getting a little bit chomped on here, but look at this growth. Look at him. Look at him winding around. Can you see here? He's already starting to wind around the structure. I think it's probably tripled, if not quadrupled in size over the last couple of weeks. It is very happy here. Now that I feel that it's nicely established, I am going to actually start eating these leaves. So I will let you know my thoughts once I've eaten some of them. All right, let's head off. So we have arrived at our first destination, which is Rosemount Nursery. So we're just going to head in here and have a little look around. They do a lot of sort of more trees and that kind of thing. So hoping that they might have the tall and narrow trees that we are looking for. Just admiring the statue here. No, you're all right. You just bowl me over. That's okay. I've always got some really pretty things in here. How nice are these pots? With like the little, like the shape in that is really nice. Yeah, that's really pretty. No, I like the cementy kind of, like these sort of pots. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that. That's incredible. I'm assuming that one's not for sale, that's just like theirs. This is like all of their cactuses and succulents and stuff in here. Oh, she's cute too. She matches our, like the other statues in the garden.
like to get a few more. It just adds a bit more.
Yeah, the statues are nice. Just add something, a bit of structure. Does she have like a little... Oh, it's sort of like a little water basin. Do you know what I mean? Like for birds or... Got some gorgeous succulents here. Yes, the sun has just sort of come out here. It rained on the way here, but now we've got a little bit of sun. We'll try and enjoy these last moments of sun, considering it's meant to rain. Oh, how cool is this thing? Look at the little pom-pom. Let's have a little look-see. An interesting feature plant, a small tree with handsome, dark, glossy green leaves and clusters of yellow flowers with prominent anthers that appear in autumn. They also have like a heap of fruit trees here. Got like lychees and mangoes. There's all citrus all along there. Macadamia trees, bananas, pomegranates. We're just having a little chuckle at some of the names. So this is Little Peter, Little Dougal's father. So I'm pretty sure we have a Little Dougal tree in the yard, but this is Little Dougal's father. And then I'm like, yeah, 1 meter. And I'm like, I swear we've got like Little Dougal and his brother. And so we look over here and we're like, oh yeah, look, there's little Erwin. That's Little Dougal's smaller brother. We're like, well, there we go. I love the naming because obviously they're like plants of the same family, and so they've named them like that. But yeah, very funny. But the colours of this are really nice with little bits of red on the new growth. If you watched the May garden tour, you will recognise this plant here. So these just self-seed in my garden. But I wanted to give you a little close-up. So I'm able to, I've got one of these plants, and then from that one plant, I've sort of propagated and it's self-seeded. Absolutely gorgeous. But so this small little one here is $16. Definitely buy one and you never have to buy one again. We are very lucky that it is not raining at the moment. I'm very pleased about that. Just having a little look in their herb section. Ooh, lemon thyme. Common thyme, tansy. That's my the red climbing spinach that I actually showed you at the beginning of this video. That's a little baby one. Ooh, pineapple sage. Well, it does smell kind of pineapple-y. I don't know what I would use that for. Motherwort, mugwort, banana mint. That's very different. Ooh, you got your chocolate mint back there. White peppermint, ginger mint. Ooh, I can smell the ginger mint. Goodness me. Garlic chives and onion chives. Lemon bergamot. got some really different ones here. I don't know what some of these even are. They have some incredible bonsais here. Gosh, look at them. How incredible are the bonsais? No, I couldn't see roses either. Gosh. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Incredible. So much like work and care.
Yeah.
I know.
Shoots coming out.
That one's had a very hard prune back. The bougainvillea is in flower. So unfortunately, no luck at Rosemount Nursery, which is not a bad thing. We saved a lot of money that way. So we're going to head to the next garden centre now and just see if we've got some better luck there. I mean, it's not a big deal. If we don't get anything today, we don't get anything. But it would be nice to tick a few things off of our list. We have arrived at the next garden centre. We're just going to get out of the car and head in. And as I said, a few plants to look at. We want to look at those privacy screens, and I want to have a look at the little baby chainsaw. So let's head in. We come straight in to the power tools. And so this Ryobi brand we've already got, so we can use the charger and the battery we already have, and they just adapt all the way through. So what I'm looking for is something like this, like a pruning saw, like something very small. I don't want like an actual chainsaw because that seems like it would be a bit much. But they've got that one there. And then they've got these sort of here. And so they all have different mills on them. So that's the tool only. I'm guessing it doesn't come with like all the battery bits because I've already got the battery, which makes it a little bit cheaper. I have something like this already, the hedge trimmer, so I don't need that. That cuts something slightly bigger. I also have this one here, which does a little bit wider. That just seems a bit intense. That's like a proper chainsaw. That freaks me out a little bit. So maybe that's a bit too intense for me. Something like this could be good. They also have handheld planting digger. That would be so handy. But it's quite expensive, and I think I would need the chainsaw before I needed this. And then I just saw down here they also have like a little baby sized pruning, which does the 65 to 48 mil, but I think it's better to go for a larger size. I mean, it's slightly cheaper, but again. So we have left the chainsaw section. We actually got help from somebody, so we've kind of eyeballed which one, if we get one, the one that I will get. But we also just had a quick pass through the fertilizers, and I thought I would share what fertilizers I'm getting with you. So for all the roses, I've got this Osmocote Rose Gardenia and Azalea, which is like a sort of pellet fertilizer, and I've got this one here, which is a liquid. For the indoor plants, I feed them with this one here. And that's done really well. Been using this one for years. And then this one is new to me. This is an organic plant food for all plants, ready to use, Scott's, and it's a liquid one. So I'm excited to try that in the vegetables. So yeah, anyway, new to me, I've not used it before, so I'll let you know how I go, and how I get on with it, whether I think that it's, you know, good or not, or, but yeah, so they're the fertilizers we've just picked up. And then Mum's just getting a coffee, and then we're going to head out into the garden section and have a little look around and see what plants they have. So So Mum has got her coffee and we've just come out into the plant section. My goodness, they have so much colour here at the moment. Look at all these autumn blooms, like look at these. Isn't that gorgeous? I am on the lookout for roses. I want a Gertrude Jekyll rose, and I'm wondering if they will have them here. I do know you can get them online, but so it's a type of David Austin rose. Oh wow. But I wonder if they'll actually have it in store or whether I'll need to get it online. Gosh. Ugh. And if you've seen a lot of my gardening content, you will recognise all the coleus that is growing like a weed in my garden. Ooh, more roses over here. So we'll have a little look around and see if I can find something. I've just come into the rose section. I don't think that they have the David Austin rose I'm looking for, but they have this one which is called a showstopper, and it is so gorgeous and fragrant. Wow. Look at that apricot colour. That's absolutely beautiful. I've got ones like this in the garden, and the smell, it has a really beautiful, like traditional rose smell to it. Gosh. How gorgeous is this one here, this pale lilac purple colour. It's a little bit too big though for my garden. I don't have space for that, unfortunately. But wow, that colour is stunning. And it's a really strong fragrance apparently. That's lovely. Wow. Look at these. How gorgeous. Colour. Would you believe it? They finally have the Snaxicums in stock here. We have been looking for such a long time. As you know, I have raised this constantly. And I mean, I'm growing some of my own from seed, but they look incredible. I am definitely going to get probably 2 of these. I may also get a few to gift people, but how, like, that's them there, you can see, and they've like stuffed them. They're like a really sweet taste, and you can get all different colours. So there's the red, the yellow and the orange. Such an incredible plant. Oh, I'm so excited. So good. So if you're in Australia at the moment and you have a Bunnings near you and you would like to try these, head into Bunnings now, because my Bunnings has finally got them in stock.
Look at the yellow tomatoes.
Yeah, they're cool. Mum's just pointing out the heirloom yellow tomatoes down there. I'll have a little wander down. Mum, did you notice that they have the different colours?
No?
On the back it indicates what colour it is. So like these ones are the yellow ones. I mean, I don't think it matters, to be honest, what colours you get.
No.
Oh, so excited. These are just those yellow tomatoes. How cool are they? For something a little bit different. Obviously, you always get your red tomatoes, but yellow ones are pretty cool. If you're doing salads and that, it could be really great to have like the different colours. And they're like the cherry size, so they're like a little bite-sized yellow tomato. I love that. So we've just come to the pot section. I like these pots. They're like a barrel, so this is like a real wood, and then they've got these metal sort of frames and little metal handles, and they've got a hole in the bottom. And we're just thinking of getting a little saucer for it. I'm thinking to replace, I've got a lot of those plastic pots. I'd like to replace the plastic pots with either like cement or concrete or like these wood ones. I think they're really nice. So we might get those for the snack capsicums.
If not for you.
And so far, this is the loot. We've got little snack capsicums here. Two are probably for me, two are for gifting. I also got one of these, I don't know if you've ever heard of like a yesterday, today, tomorrow plant, but apparently they have them in a compact variety now. So getting one of those. Got little ground cover here, just to fill in some of the little gaps. I've got another one of the creeping violets. Rosy star, and that's sort of it. We've, as I said, come to the pot section. And then I'll kind of wander back through the vegetables and we'll have a little poke through there. Just having a little wander through the fruit trees. I always like to just see if they've got something new, you know? Ooh, berries. What have they got? I don't think I would do well with raspberries, I'm going to be honest. But blueberries, a part of me wants to give it another shot. I don't know. I'm very tempted to give it another go and just like put them in a pot or something and pray that I would probably need to research which ones have like the low chill hours, because I definitely need one that doesn't need a lot of chill hours for a subtropical climate. So like, for example, I mean, what does this say? Very high yield, sharp blue, full sun, high blah blah, high quality fruit. Low chill varieties of blueberries such as sharp blue can be pruned after cropping to induce a second crop. So something like that suits a large pot. I mean, do they all get 2 meters? Oh, see, look at this one here. That's a good one. It only gets 1 meter, full sun, part shade. I like that. A low chill variety that suits the subtropic, produces fruit in late spring and summer, deciduous and cooler climates. Attractive pink flowers form prior to fruit set. I wonder if I try that. And that's just like a smaller 1 meter variety. All the other ones I can see here are 2 meters. I think that's just a bit much. I'm just gonna have a little poke through and see if I can find like a nicely sort of shaped one here. Passion fruit vines. How cool is this? Heirloom selection. Granny's throwing tomatoes. How funny is that? Pear-shaped. I do have my tomatoes growing. I've got my blueberry. Mum's just wandered off with the trolley, so we will definitely do that together. I probably need to get like the azalea camellia potting mix for the blueberries, and we'll just pop it in a pot and we'll see how it goes. As I've said before, I have tried blueberries and they just did not work, so I'm going to give it another go, because a part of me, for some unknown reason, really wants to grow blueberries. Similar to strawberries. I did actually harvest my first strawberry this morning, I forgot to tell you. So I'm just going to little poke around and just see if there's anything else super different or super new in the vegetables. And then we're going to head to the privacy screen area, and roses at the front, and then get some potting mix, and then that's probably it for here. We're just over in like the privacy sort of screening area, and I love this. I have taken a photo of the measurements and I'm going to go home and measure it. I'm thinking for the wall across from the sun deck, I think that 2 of these, one on either side of that sliding door, would look sensational with those climbers that I've got there. I really love like the arch effect. Anywho, I'm distracted here. This is basically what I'm looking for, is like these here. You can see here, it just sort of sits on top of your fence and just kind of gives you that little bit of extra height, so that your neighbours can't necessarily see into your backyard. But I'm looking for one that's a little bit longer. Gosh, they've got lots of this sort of stuff here. Okay, so we managed to get everything in the booth. We've got the plants and all the fertilizers, we've got the pots, we've got some extra potting mix for the blueberries, and then I've got the little privacy screen here. So it's all looking good, and now we're going to head to the antique kind of vintage secondhand store just for a little quick look around. Alright, we've arrived. That is where we're going, down there. We've gotten lost 500 times. I think I'm driving today, so I'm trying to drive and navigate. The car navigation, not good. Do you reckon we can get down there? Or do you reckon we need to go the other way? We're trying to get down there to the shed, and it's becoming increasingly, there's another, so we've managed to, as I said, miss the exit. Do you think? People just walked out. We've managed to miss the exit like 500 times. The car navigation took us to the train station, not to where we needed to go. So then I had to get the phone out, and then I'm trying to drive and navigate, and we've missed it a million times. So anyway, I parked the car somewhere, and we're just going to have a little wander down and see if we can get across the other side of the road. It's actually really nice here. So this is Palmwoods, which is a very pretty little town. Oh, I know, goodness, but this is really nice. Like, look how gorgeous this walkway is. Oh yeah, and then we can just cross over here and then just walk back down. And it'll be all this, and yes, it'll be closed, honestly. I know, it's really nice. We're just looking at this urn. Gorgeous. I know, there's so many nice things. Gosh, the music's loud in here. I'm going to have to put some music over this. Oh, that's really nice. So we've just left the shed and we're just heading back to the car. I've just said to Mum's just spotted all the pine cones. Very autumnal, and I was just saying, oh my god, we could collect some for like decorating. She's like, where are you putting more pine cones? So maybe we'll just leave the pine cones for now. But it was really cute in there. Probably smaller than what I thought it was going to be, but they had some really beautiful stuff. Some of those statues like for outside would be gorgeous. That marble clock was very nice. They had a solid marble clock in there, which I'm pretty sure you would have seen like a little sort of snapshot of it. But it was $750, and while I'm in the market for a clock, I don't know if I want to pay $750 for one. But it was gorgeous. So yes, a very nice little stop. So we're just going to head to the butcher and then go to the farmer shop and get like fruit and veg and that for the week, and then we'll be heading home. Well, both of us are absolutely starving. I don't know what the time is, but I'm pretty sure it's past lunchtime. It's 3 o'clock. We've not had lunch yet. So both of us are keen to get some lunch into us. Boy, I am home. It is just after 4 o'clock. I am starving. I've just put my lunch in the oven and I've unloaded everything from the car. And I've just popped them in my little trays here, and I'll add some water in. I did pick up some of the dwarf kale as well. So yes, there will definitely be some gardening in my future. They're gifts, these two, which is why they're out of the trays. But yeah, this is basically the little haul. Obviously not all of this is from today. I showed you what we got today. But yeah, really excited to have those all planted up. I don't know if I actually properly showed you, but I did end up getting those blueberries. I got the smaller ones. I got these ones here, the sunshine blue. So that is all looking great. We also got the rose, camellia and azalea potting mix, which I will use for the blueberries. I'll pop them in because blueberries like acidic soil. So I will use that for those. What else did I get today? For a little wander down this side bit here. How gorgeous is this looking? That's one of those trailing violets. How pretty is that? Just draping so sweetly over that pot. And then the other little thing that we got today was these pots. So these are hopefully I showed you these. These are the wooden pots that are kind of like the wine barrel style. So I got 2 of those with little kind of saucers. So I'm hoping to do the snack capsicums in one and the blueberries in the other one. That is all garden rubbish to go out. But yeah, so we'll definitely do some of this gardening in an upcoming video. We'll do the blueberries together and make a little project of that, and we'll see how that goes over the coming months, whether we get some fruit from the blueberry bush. But it is very cold and it looks like it is about to rain, so I might actually bid you farewell now. I'm probably going to go in, and as sad as it is because it's only 4 o'clock, I'm probably going to go in and have my shower and just get into all my comfy sort of clothes, pajamas, and kind of just snuggle down, have some very, very late lunch. Oh, that's the other thing that I got. If I just pan around, I got this here. So this will just sort of sit right on top of the fence. Again, I'll show you that once it goes up. And hopefully it will just provide that little bit of extra privacy. Gosh, look at all of these roses. And even these ones. Oh, wow. How pretty are they? Oh, I hope this little star cluster pantis likes it there. And then that way it'll kind of bush out here and sort of hide the pot a little bit. Gosh, the ground cover roses are gorgeous at the moment. Look at this one here. This is the popcorn color. Look at all of the buds. The roses love this time of year in my garden. But yes, I got distracted there by all the beautiful flowers. So yeah, I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a shower, get into my comfy clothes, and then have a very late lunch. Maybe make myself a cup of tea. I'm dying for a cup of tea. I hope you have enjoyed pretty much spending the bulk of the day. We went to the garden. The first garden centre was a bit of a... We didn't get anything at that garden centre, which was fine. But the second one, we sort of hit jackpot there, and we were able to pick up quite a few bits and pieces. And then we went out to the antique store, which was beautiful. That marble clock was stunning. And there was that garden statue as well. They're probably the two things that we were eyeing. The marble sort of standing clock and the garden statues were the two. The garden statues were $80, which I actually didn't think was too bad of a price. But we didn't get either of those. And then I just quickly popped to the butcher and the farm shop and got kind of my weekly shop going. But yes, so that is going to be all from me. As always, thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to see you in the next one. All right, bye.